Hello friends. So today I got a query from one of my friend that I just want to find the data from the left table. So here you can see that I don't want to have this common zone data. I just want to have the data from the left table which is not even present in the common zone. So how can we write the query, and what will be the intermediary table that will be created while executing the query to find the data only from the left table? So this was the query from him I received. So I thought of like making a video on it and just putting it on my YouTube channel so that like that could be beneficial for a larger audience. So let's begin this. So firstly I have two tables. This is table 1, this is table 2. So in table 1 we have data like 1 0 2 2 1 3 4 5, and in table 2 we have data like 0 2 4 6 1 7 1. So how the mapping is going to take place here, that I have explained already in one of my previous videos, so you can go through that and understand, because mapping is the base of SQL. If you don't understand mapping, you cannot understand SQL entirely. That will be a blank dark area for you then. But if you understand mapping, that how each row of table 1 will get mapped with the other tables rows, like if I'm taking the first element, like suppose I'm taking this element, how will it be mapped with this element, this element, this element, this element, this element, and this element? So how one by one it will be mapped? It has to get mapped with each and every element of table 2. One row of table 1 should be mapped with each and every element of table 2, whether it's repetitive, whether it's coming multiple times. So first what we'll have to do, first to find out this, first what we'll have to do, we'll have to find out this like left join, what we have been doing in the left join. So in the left join we'll have to bring out this. But what happens when the query gets executed? We are just getting two rows, I mean one row. But here what happens, in the backend two rows are created, but we are getting only one row, but we should get two rows to understand it properly. So I'll write the query and show you. So see, the query will be, the query will be, first query will be select t1 dot id. I'm assuming that this column is id, and this column is also id from table 1 table 2. So just understand that as t1 id comma t2 dot id as t2 id. This much is clear. T2 id from table 1 as t1. Okay, from table 1 as t1, left join table 2 as t2. You understand? So table t1 is taken as t1.id, table t2 will be taken as t2.id. So both the columns will be appearing now. So this will become very easy for us to understand that which column is there, which column is not there. Okay, now on t1.id equals to t2.id. Now you will say that why we are not using this alias term for t1 id and this alias term for t2 id, because we cannot use this immediately. We cannot use this t2 id and t1 id as the alias form in the joining condition. So that becomes difficult. Okay, so when you are creating CTs and all, then we can go ahead with using this t2.id, because in the intermediary table, because CTs we can use that next when we are selecting from CT, then we can call it from the intermediary table. But here it's not an intermediary table, it's getting created on the go, and this statement will also be executed on the go itself. So that's why we cannot do it. So see, first thing will be this. Now what output I am getting from this, that matters. This is left join basically. Left join means what? So the part which is matching, that will also come, and left join, so it will give me an output. If I try to understand it from the Venn diagram, so this will give me an output like this one, this part will give. But I really don't want this part. This part I just want to exclude. I just want this part, the shaded part over here. This should be the final output, but this is what I am getting from this query, what I'll be executing. Okay, fine. So what will be the output? Let's see the output of this particular thing. Okay, so I think this page is over. So uh, the output will be here. I'll do it, t1.id, and then t1 id will be the output here, and t2 id will be the output. Okay, so these things, so this way it should get created, and there it will be serial number or something it will be. So don't look into this serial number. The main thing is t1 id and t2 id. So what will be t1 id and t2 id? First we'll take one element from t1, and then we'll map it with all the elements. So is it coming? So it will be coming once and twice, so two times it is getting matched. So one already came. After that 0 0 one time it is coming. Then after that 2. Okay, so after that 2 you are seeing, so 2 also will come twice, because 2 once mapped with the second element, again the fourth element of the first table will get mapped with the second element of the table 2, so it will also come twice, so it is also getting mapped. Now 1 is again coming twice, it will again come, and then it will come 3. Okay, so 3 will not come. Then it will come 4, 4 will also not, 4 will come once, and then it will come 5. Okay, so I think there is no space, so let's move on to the next.